Welcome back to Just Another Car Show. We're in a little bit different of an area today. This is my new shop that I'm building. It's not done yet, but it's getting there. We got lights, so one's over here, we have ones over there. I have my Mustang sitting next to us, which is awesome. What we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be actually reupholstering the seats for the Ranchero, which are these guys right here. So we have the two tops down here, and the bottom is right there. And we have the new seat covers, which is in this box. It says Torino. This is a Ranchero, obviously, but it's the same type of seat. So it's the split bench seats. And I am going to show you how to reupholster your car seat, which is not very hard. And all you need is a pair of hog ring pliers and some hog rings. I had to buy a new pair because I can't find my old ones, but these are relatively cheap to have. And yeah, we'll start with tearing the old ones apart and seeing how bad underneath they are, and we'll start with that, and then we'll continue on from there, and we should get this done pretty quickly. It shouldn't take too long. So I'm gonna show you on one of the seats first, one of the side seats, how to do this. It's not super difficult. First, you have to remove the seat and obviously disconnect it from itself. This one, and a Torino or a Ranchero or any old Fords is gonna have two little like pivoting points, one there, and then a little peg on the other side right there. They have little pins in them. Is you take that little pin out, and then you basically can pull the whole seat apart. To get them over to my place, I needed to take them apart because it wouldn't fit in my car if not. It's super easy though. Then you want to locate where the seat is hog ring. So on this one, you can see it's down on the bottom here, and someone didn't do a great job with this. This is kind of a crappy job at it. For example, you can see this is sticking out right here, and also the peg on this side is sticking out. So those are two things we want to pay attention to when we're putting this back in. And what I do is I like to get some snippers, and then to get the old one off, you can either just rip the whole thing off, or you can just start to pull these hog rings out one by one, kind of twist on them a little bit one way, twist on them the other way, and they should come out. I like to save some of these just in case I need them. We're gonna pull these all out, and then yeah, we're gonna see what this thing looks like underneath. So this is kind of the crappy way of doing this. I just got uncovered this seat. Hog rings are a pain in the ass, and they're not really made to come out too easily. This is funny. This seat, this is probably the original cover for this seat. Whoever did those covers over top half-assed it and didn't take this one off. They literally just put a new one on over top of it. I hope whatever's under this is okay. Guess we'll get back to pulling this on. I'm sure they all have this underneath then. So as you just saw, there were 3 seat covers on this. I guess whoever has restored this car in the past was a little on the lazy side. The original vinyl seat cover, the original vinyl seat cover was on the way bottom. There was then a reproduction like cloth one on top of that, and then there was another one on top of that. And I'm sure if this one has that, then I'm sure they all have that, which is just great. We're gonna undo the rest of these and get the hog rings all pulled off, and then we will reupholster all of the seats together. Luckily, this foam / like cloth stuff looks okay. If it doesn't, it's really cheap to buy. You just rewrap this in new stuff and you put a sheet on the back. Luckily, I don't need to do it, so we will just reuse this one and go on with the day. So yeah, we'll take out the rest of them and then we'll get going. This is dumb. See all these hog rings? This is not how you hog ring. At all. This is not right. There's like 8 of them right here. Okay. That is all pulled off. Now it's time for me to find any of the hog rings that are still on here. There's a couple just hanging on here and there. pull all the hog rings that are still hanging out off, and then we'll unbox the new seat cover. It is time to unbox the new seat covers. These two are the sides. Oh, no, this is the big one. This is for, oh, headrests. These are for headrests, which I don't have. So, yeah. So we'll probably do this first, which is our big seat cover. We're gonna do this one first, and then we'll get everything else done afterwards. With newer seat covers, there's some really interesting things it makes it a lot easier. First of all, a lot of them have everything pre-cut and ready to go. So like this guy here is gonna get pre-cut out, and the little side pieces are gonna get cut out, which makes this fitting a lot easier. The least seen part of your seat cover is always the back side of it, or the underside in this case. First thing you're gonna do is you're actually gonna go find the holes that are cut out. So this one has one here. We know this right here, so we will slip that over top. That is step number uno. Now what you want to do is you just want to bring everything over top of where you need to be. This guy's going to go around this side, kind of see how it's going to look, which is going to be awesome. What we're going to do, we're going to pull this out. And we're going to put it down. We're going to pull it over the front side here. Awesome. We're going to flip the whole thing over. Hard part of this whole thing is now getting this actually tied down to how it needs to be. Hog ring pliers and hog rings are very, very, very simple. These little knurls. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your hog ring in the pliers, and these are spring loaded, so it will stay kind of where it needs to be. Let's let that focus. You're then gonna go where you want a hog ring on, and you're gonna squeeze your pliers. And what that's gonna do is squeeze in that to close the gap on your hog ring. There's a little lip on here that is a little stronger than everything else. And that's fold down like so. That's how it'll sit. It's just like that. Fold this kind of how you want it. And then you're gonna squeeze on down. Just like that. And now, what I like to do is I like to go from that point and go every other. And I think that it will save you hog rings, and you can always come back and put them in. So we're gonna do this whole top side here, and then we will continue on. This is where it starts getting difficult, is as you put more of these things in, and as you get more and more of the hog rings in, it really starts to get harder to stretch this thing over. So I've gotten this top side completely hog ringed in. Now the next step is to kind of get this back hog ringed, or tied up at least. So if we flip this on its face, you're gonna see there's some spots here that are not really stretched enough. So we want to make sure those spots, aka the corners in this case, get kind of stretched over nice and cleanly. And that should make this all easy. Now let's do the other corner. So this is where it gets a little tricky. Now you have to start to actually cinch everything down nice and taut. So, as we will get everything as taut as we can in the middle here, we'll get one ready. Now if you look, this should be pretty cinched down around the corners. So from here across it's pretty cinched down the middle it's cinched down. So now basically we're gonna pull this all in and pull it all in and attach it down, and then we'll pull the sides in and attach them down, and then this seat is done after that. The other seats are a little different. They have one big opening. So what you're gonna do is you're first going to slip it over the seat. So that's the hardest part, probably. It should just roll right on. There's these little spikes that go around this edge. And basically you take the bottom of this and you put it on the spikes. It's in place while you get everything put down. As much as I did make a complete mess, I did get this done. Now I just gotta put it in the car. It's not the hardest thing to do in the world, but it's not, the car is not here, so I'll have to go back to Ben's to do that. But I wanna make this video, I know it wasn't super long, but hopefully it was informative on reupholstering your classic car seats. It's super easy. You'll get the hang of it pretty quick. These hog ring pliers are really easy to use. And it's honestly not the most difficult thing ever, you know? It's not super hard. Honestly, the hardest part of the whole thing is getting the old hog rings off. When you put the new hog rings on, it's just making sure you stretch the seat out enough so it looks good. I would highly recommend it for anybody, and it's relatively cheap. You know, you can get seat covers for a car nowadays for like $130. Now that the seats are finished, it is time to install them, and then clean up and finish up the interior. I think the next video, the interior will be completely finished on the car. So I'm excited to see what it looks like. Stay tuned for the next one, and have a nice day.